Welcome back, beautiful tri-state area. You're listening to a moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. In today's Going Deep segment, brought to you by CO2Lift, we're headed to Union Derm right here in Union Square, New York City, where we're going to be chatting with Dr. Jennifer MacGregor, a board-certified dermatologist. Today, we're going to get her thoughts on the skincare industry and the current trends, including CO2 lift for skin rejuvenation. Plus, we'll even get to check in with two of her patients, Julia and Bart. We're going to get their reaction to both the CO2 Lift Pro and the CO2 Lift V. All right, let's head down to Union Derm and Union Square right here in Manhattan to see what the hype is all about. Let's go. I'm at Dr. Jennifer MacGregor's office, Union Dermatology in Union Square, Manhattan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
So to my understanding, this CO2 Lift V and the CO2 Lift Pro, these are two new products that you have been really, really excited about. Can you tell our audience what CO2 Lift is and what it's primarily used for?
So for years, people have been injecting, believe it or not, injecting small bits of air under the skin in sensitive areas where we want skin rejuvenation. And what this does, it's called carboxytherapy. And what this does is it lowers the pH, delivers more blood flow and circulation to the tissue, and also more oxygen to the tissue by changing the pH. And what this company's done is they've actually figured out a way to do this with just a topical mask. And that's super exciting because it's easy and you could do it at home. And we already have evidence that it has effects in the skin and the tissue and that it works.
So I did my own research. I really, really wanted to understand this product. And I read that it increases hydration by 117%. Is that right?
It depends how things are measured and where you read, but it most certainly has been documented that it improves hydration significantly, as well as, like we were talking about, microcirculation, blood flow, and the matrix, the collagen, as well as the extracellular matrix that the skin is made of, elastin, what causes the skin to have that nice, bouncy, thick look to it.
Now, have you used the CO2 Lift products yourself?
I have. I've been using them with patients
what did
and
you
myself,
think?
of course. I test everything on myself.
And what was your initial reaction?
Well, we were talking about this, is that this really has the patient's like it factor. People who've been doing these low-level lasers for years to combat their sun damage and improve their skin health really see the difference with this product, because it does reduce redness and it's anti-inflammatory, and it reduces downtime significantly from all the procedures that we do, but it also enhances the effect of the procedure and makes it work better. So people are very happy with it. I've been very happy with it myself. I've used both of the products.
So I love the combo therapy factor of it, what you're saying, using it pre and post procedure. Can you share with us any experiences that your patients have had with the mask or the V that really stood out?
One person actually in particular, but I've heard this again, time and time again, that suddenly I'm able to schedule that laser procedure that I know I need to improve my sun damage. A lot of my patients have trouble scheduling that. This is New York City, everybody works, everybody has families. So taking 3 days of downtime is really difficult. But now I say, how about 1.5 days? How about 2 days? How about no days? I can do a really low level laser and you can put this mask on and then you could be fine by tonight or by tomorrow morning. And suddenly people are able to do those treatments they need. So I've had people who've done these lasers in the past come back and say, the mask changed everything. I can do this in a weekend now and I can be back to work on Monday. So
you said the most important thing.
Yeah.
Healing and downtime. That's all really patients care about. They want the results, but healing and downtime is key. If you told me a procedure is going to take 2 weeks of healing and downtime, I'm out. I can't do it. If you told me it's going to take 1 or 2 days, I'm in, right? So there's a big difference there. And I love that this is accelerating the healing process.
It is. And the patient we're going to talk to today, or that we're hearing from, actually, the treatments that we've done we would have budgeted for 3 to 4 days of downtime twice. And the way we're doing it now, 3 to 4 days of downtime, one procedure to address precancer, sun damage, brown pigmentation, and blood vessels. And we've been able to do almost a week recovery treatment with 3 to 4 days of downtime. And then the second treatment we're doing with 0 downtime. Very low level, which we'll do today. Very low level, apply the mask, and you'll look fine by tonight. The most sensitive people, you'll be fine by the morning. So
Beautiful.
That's 0 recovery. So we've
time.
gone from 8 days or 9 days down to like 4.5 days.
Great product. Now let's move on to the V, the CO2Lift vaginal treatment, and it goes to say that they have the penile rejuvenation treatment as well, which is similar to the vaginal. Talk to us about the vaginal treatment and why you have begun really endorsing this product with your patients.
This has become a real hero in my practice, both for the things we've already talked about, but also for the vaginal effects, because anything we're getting on the skin, we're going to get an even better effect on vaginal mucosa because it's thinner tissue and the absorption and the effects are going to be more pronounced. So I do laser. I also do PRP injections, which are growth factor injections from your own blood to enhance blood flow, cell signaling, functional rejuvenation. We express younger genes. So we use this on the skin and we also use this in the vaginal area. And now we have a product that we're able to use at home that gives similar effects. So there's 0 downtime and it's a no-brainer. I mean, savvy women are really empowered to do all the things they can to prolong their own health and wellness, and that includes sexual wellness. And so it's just something that should be tacked on to every woman.
I love that you are a big advocate of demystifying stigmas surrounding sexual wellness, really being proactive with your patients that are not just your patients but your friends, because I love that you have that connection with everybody that you treat, but you're also a mom. Talk to me about how important it is to really talk to our daughters about sexual wellness.
I think we just talk to our daughters in a different way than we were talked to and spoken to when we were children. We give them all of the information. We're very matter of fact, and we want them to feel empowered with the information, with all of the information, and that includes sexuality. Like, I want my daughter to know the correct words for things. I want them to know the anatomical body parts, and I want them to feel like they can speak up if there's something going on and use the correct language and really communicate properly for themselves. So
yes.
It's something we've been talking about since we were in the bath at age 1.5 and with anatomy, but we talk about everything. I have an 8-year-old girl as well.
Yes.
And she knows a lot. It's frightening.
And it's better that she gets educated by mom who's educated than the internet or YouTube who's not. So this has been a great interview. I want to leave you with one last thought. Dr. MacGregor, if there was any doubt in your mind about a woman who second-guessed the vaginal treatment for whatever reason, hormonal imbalance, she's not sure if it's going to be a problem with another treatment she's having, what would you say to that woman?
I think you have to take into account the negative side of a treatment. So a surgical treatment, you have complication risk and recovery. Non-surgical treatments, maybe there's a time investment, a monetary investment, some degree of recovery, some injection that you're getting. Here, it's easy. It's a no-brainer. There's evidence that it works, and there's no risk or complication or time investment other than using it at night. So, and the money to purchase it. So, again, I think that's a no-brainer. I think we wait for the evidence, and I wait for the evidence, so it took me a minute to get on board with any new product, including this one, but once I know that it works and it has no downside, I'm using it.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for a great interview, being so transparent and being who you are. People seem to really, really love coming here.
Thank you for having me. This is amazing.
We're talking with the beautiful Julie. She's one of Dr. MacGregor's patients, and we're going to be talking about the CO2Lift V treatments and what Julie is expecting result-wise. Are you ready, Julie?
Yeah.
So talk to me about why Dr. MacGregor introduced you to the CO2Lift V.
So I'm a working mom with 2 growing kids, and recently I've been trying to really embrace my own self-health and pleasure. And I talked to Dr. MacGregor about some of the issues that I was having with, sort of incontinence and lower libido and lower sexual pleasure, and we did some in-office laser and injection procedures. And she recently introduced me to this product, which she said would be a way to continue the same great effects that I was getting from the in-office procedures at home with minimal downtime and minimal in-office appearance.
That was a great explanation, and that's exactly right. Your doctor's recommending the right stuff here. The CO2Lift V treatment is an extension of the CO2Lift product line, and I have to say that I've tried it myself. It lubricates, it enhances circulation. For anybody that's having medical conditions that are extreme, like lichen sclerosis, this is also a cure-all. I've even seen it cure diabetic ulcers, so I'm not surprised that you are being treated by this. Now, what's your expectation after using this treatment?
Well, after the lasers and the PRP, I felt a noticeable difference in how sort of the little trickle effects that were happening when I was sneezing or coughing have sort of minimalized and gone away. So I expect that this would continue that, and sort of a tightness effect in my vaginal area, which increases pleasure during sex for both me and my partner. So I'm excited to try this product.
How important is sexual wellness for you at this stage in your life?
I think that for a busy working mom, we prioritize so many other things in our life for a very long time. And as the children grow up, and especially now in this environment, we realize how important it is to prioritize your own health, wellness, and pleasure, to be honest. And I think we take that for granted, but once I have started really focusing on myself and doing these things that for me I would never have thought about before, because I never thought to prioritize my own health, wellness, and pleasure, I think it's brought a very positive change to all sorts of aspects of my life, not just my health, and but for my overall mental health and happiness.
Definitely prioritizing sexual wellness and sexual health should be at the forefront of any woman's brain.
Yes.
I think that it's been a taboo topic for way too long, and it's time to demystify the stigmas surrounding sexual wellness. And I think that there's been a shift in attitude. I think there's been a shift in education and in mindset, which is why Dr. MacGregor is talking proactively to her patients about the V treatment, because this is one non-invasive way, to my understanding, that you can do it in the comfort of your own home. How do you see yourself incorporating the CO2Lift V treatment into your regimen?
Well, I think that if you can do it daily on your own at night in your own home, it doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't require going to the office, doesn't require a lot of downtime, sort of healing from a laser procedure. I would incorporate it sort of on a daily basis, just like I put moisturizer on my face at night. You put it in and you forget it, and then you wake up feeling better the next morning.
You wake up feeling lubricated, enhanced, and ready to conquer the world, literally. Now, the CO2Lift V is a 5-step treatment or a 3-step treatment, but it's easy to maintain, and I think that it's one of those treatments that every woman should experience, whether you're menopausal or premenopausal or don't have any issues at all. To your point, Julie, I think it's so important that women maintain. Our moms didn't talk to us about this. I know my mother didn't, and my mom's fairly young. And I think that it really begins with how we speak to each other as women and how we are educating our daughters. And I think you're doing such a proactive thing by even taking control of your own life. Tell me why you're so comfortable about speaking about your vaginal health.
I think it's something that we all should be comfortable about. I think for generations, men were very comfortable speaking about their own sexual health, and as women, we're always taught to prioritize everyone else other than ourselves. And I think in this time and age, we've gotten to a place where we, as women, are taking back the power about making our sexual health and pleasure a priority. And I think that's important. It's important. I have a daughter too who's 10 years old, and I want her to grow up in a different world where she can say, this is what I want and this is what I need, and not be stigmatized as, or be afraid to go to the doctor or go to see a specialist to, to look for alternatives, to look for things to make her life better, instead of just taking the status quo.
Today we're going to be chatting with Bart. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, Bart, please tell us how old you are.
I am 52 years old.
How important is skin health for you?
Very important, although I don't think I took it as seriously as I should have until recently.
So what initial skin condition did you have, and what led you to seek treatment?
I had some precancerous growths on my face, and also some obvious sun damage and some pigmentation issues.
And what was your doctor's first initial reaction when you came to her consultation? What did she recommend treatment-wise?
Because of the growths and the sun damage, she recommended Fraxel laser, and also the masks.
Can you tell us what was your initial expectation to use the CO2Lift mask?
Well, Dr. MacGregor told me that it would speed my healing time from the Fraxel laser, it would hydrate my skin, it would reduce inflammation, and just overall kind of help me recover from the procedure.
So after you used, after post-treatment from your Fraxel laser, what was your initial sensation when using the mask?
I loved it. It was very cooling, felt very, moisture enriching, and when I was done with it, my skin felt great.
What was your skin's initial reaction to the mask? Did you notice a difference in the fine lines and wrinkles?
Oh, 100%. As soon as I took it off, I noticed a difference in my skin texture, and that it was very moist and dewy, I think is the proper term for that. And it really did feel good, because the procedure makes your skin feel like you have a sunburn, and so it was just a really nice, cool, moist application after the procedure.
Wow, I love this honesty here. So, is this a mask that you would continue to use at home?
Yes, 100%.
That was our Going Deep segment, brought to you by CO2Lift. Thank you so much to Julia and Bart for sharing their CO2Lift experiences with us. And definitely be sure to check out Dr. MacGregor on the gram at NY Laser Doc and learn more about Union Derm at Union Derm, and of course online at unionderm.com. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by CO2Lift. As we age, our skin loses moisture and elasticity, causing wrinkled skin. You can reverse this aging process with CO2Lift. CO2Lift utilizes the powerful benefits of carbon dioxide to lift, tighten, and regenerate your skin. This simple, painless at-home carboxytherapy treatment is scientifically proven to reverse the aging process. You will see reduction in wrinkles, increase in luminosity, and improve pigmentation, sagging, skin tone, and radiance. For more information or to order CO2Lift, go to CO2Lift.com.